Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. We're out and about at beautiful Villa Aramesh here in Long Bay with my partner and colleague Ian Hurdle. Ian, thank you for having us.
Sean, thank you for coming along today.
So Ian, beautifully situated on Long Bay Beach. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Villa Aramesh?
So we've got this beautiful 8-bedroom beach cottage sat on the west end of Long Bay Beach, 7,200 square feet under roof on 2 levels. So it's a big home. I'm using the term cottage, but it's a big house. We're sat on 1.09 acres and we have 110 linear feet of Long Bay Beach.
I mean, Long Bay Beach has really come up and up over the last couple of years. Can you tell us a little bit about why this community has really thrived over the past 4 or 5 years?
So it's obviously the kite surfing conditions. You can see in the backdrop behind me, we have these beautiful shallow clear waters. We have a prevailing trade wind out of the east, and that's what's driving the demographic that's not only buying property on Long Bay Beach, but renting property.
No, I think there's definitely been a drive of the guests that come here. And then what about the amenities in the area? Because that's one of the things that people have always said, once that comes up, we're going to see an even bigger boom in this area.
Yeah, well, as you and I both know, we're so close to Grace Bay Beach that, you know, it hasn't mattered historically that there aren't too many amenities in Long Bay. Obviously, we got the Shore Club up to the east end, but the big game changer for Long Bay at the moment is, of course, South Bank on the west end, with a couple of restaurants going in there, nightlife, all within walking distance. It is a big difference maker for this area. No,
and I think you're right when you mention, when you look at this property in particular, proximity. We're only a couple of lots up from where the June villas there are going in.
Yeah.
That's really going to become an integral part of Villa Aramesh in the future.
Yeah, well, we know why Leeward, as an example, has been so successful, the ability to just leave your home and walk out and be close to everything, and that's what's going to happen here now with South Bank.
No, I agree. And so when we look at this property in particular, I think you're right. I mean, it has a cottage feel to it, but with the number of bedrooms, it really is an entity unto itself.
Correct. So it's deceptive, because looking at it now, you think it's just this little cottage perched on top, but as I said earlier, 2 levels, a lot of square footage under roof, 8 bedrooms. So when we're talking about the sort of person that would buy this property or rent this property, it's going to be big familial groups, because everybody will have their own space.
No, exactly. That's my favorite thing about this property, is that, you know, I've been on family holidays before, and you definitely like to have your own space. With 8 bedrooms, you're going to get that. But here you have the beach space by the pool. There's even 2 different lounging areas poolside. And then when you go in, you've got the open plan living room and dining area and the billiards room downstairs, which is really not something you see in a lot of houses here. Yeah, well, I think if you've got teenagers or young kids, you know how important it is to give them their own space, and you want to feel safe and secure in that. And obviously that big entertainment space down there where the adults can be upstairs, you know the kids are safe playing downstairs. We're also gated security here as well, big driveways, so skateboards and bikes and kids playing ball games, whatever it might be. This is a family compound. And what do you think is the ideal buyer for a property like this? It's hybrid. I mean, you've got somebody that could look at this purely from a business perspective and rent it at high occupancy and a good ADR, and then personal use 3, 4, 6 weeks a year, whatever it might be. Or it's going to be somebody that recognizes just how quiet this stretch of beach is, how nice the home is, what a great family home it would be, and it becomes a legacy investment for them. No, I agree. I mean, even just standing here listening to the waves lapping up on the ocean is quite peaceful. Yep. So when someone buys this, there's obviously room to personalize and to add to it. What do you think are the pieces that someone could look at in terms of further enhancing the property? So obviously, as I mentioned earlier, we're sat on 1.09 acres, which is actually a good sized lot. We have a free car garage at the back here that certainly could go up a level. You could put a gymnasium, you could put a guest quarters. That guest quarters could run back. You could put an additional guest house. It could be a pickleball court. The great thing is because you've got this access down this east boundary, anything you're doing on that side towards the rear also gives you views to the ocean. And of course, because we're situated on the southeast shore, we're missing the sunset to the front, but we are getting that sunset to the back, and those guest quarters would pick up on that. Ian, thank you so much for showing us around this beautiful property today. It's my pleasure, Sean. I appreciate you coming out. I think it's definitely going to be a home that someone's going to look to for a long time as a place of peace and tranquility, and looking at this beautiful stretch of beach, it's not hard to imagine. Well, I hope you're bringing the customer, my friend. Let's get a deal done. So guys, thank you again for joining us for this tour of Aramesh. We're going to share all the details below. If you have any questions, please feel free to send a message. Like the video, follow for more incredible properties, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.